I am at the Green Economy Summit here at Serena Hotel, where we are going to be speaking about climate change and the activities that several exhibitors are doing to conserve the environment. I've been speaking to a couple of them, and I'll get to know what are they doing in regards to climate change and how best they are doing to conserve the environment.
My name is Kato Peter, and an innovator. With my other colleagues, two of them, so far who are with me. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm creating and innovating 12 components out of plastic.
From your process, explain to me from here up to the end product.
Okay. So when I put here my plastic, you can take a look. When I get my plastic, I burn it and I add in a series of reactions and I get that component. Now what remains is known as a carbon. That's the black thing. This is 2 kgs of plastic that I burnt. Now when I get this plastic, when I burn it, it gives off a black fume or a denser fume. This denser fume passes through these delivery tubes. Now I condense them in a condenser. When I put them in the condenser, what happens? This is a condenser which has water, but inside the tin there, it condenses the liquid to turn the vapor into the liquid. Now this water is inside the condenser tin is what I'm calling the synthetic biodiesel. Now, not all the gases here will condense. I put an assumption: we have heavy metals like mercury, sulfur, they can't condense. So when I get them, they can't condense just because they're in a good cool environment. But I can't release now toxic gases in the environment. So I use water. Water is a universal solvent. It absorbs all the toxic substances in this gas. So the gas I release, it is now pure. But I also put an assumption: what if it's not highly pure to release it in the environment? I use activated charcoal. This charcoal taken via a series of reactions to make it more efficient. The ability it has, it absorbs components according to your toxicity level. So when I get the gas which I get outside here is the natural gas we use at home for cooking. The lab gas we use in the laboratories. That's where the gas I get it from. Now to take you back, the biodiesel I get from here, this is what I take for decanting. When I take it for decanting, this biodiesel, I put it here in the separating funnel. When I put it in the separating funnel, it forms 2 layers. The 2 layers, the downer layer, it has the impurities and the water, which I take in the laboratory to get out several components. Sulfur, which I came with it, then I came with mercury, then also I have the chlorine. Then the remaining biodiesel, which is on top, is what I take for fractional distillation. This, the upper diesel on top, is what I take for fractional distillation. Now, when I go for fractional distillation, I'm boiling my component, this component, which is the biodiesel, at different boiling points. At the earlier point, which is at 70 degrees Celsius, it gives off a fume, which fume I condense via the condenser. Now, when I condense it via the condenser, this is the inlet of the water, this is the outlet. It has a tube which condenses the gas, and at 70, I collect off my petrol, which is in here. Good to go. I repeat the same process. When I increase the temperature, at 170, I just change the beaker at the end because it's condensed. When I change the beaker at the end, I get my paraffin, which is my kerosene, at that temperature. Now, when I increase my temperature to 200 degrees Celsius, I just also change my beaker and I get my 99%, 96% ethanol. Good to go. That is the product I get now. Now, when I increase it further to 300 degrees Celsius down, that's where I get the last product, which is the biodiesel, which is a thicker fuel and actually highly commercial. Try to imagine, all these components are always rare and scarce. What if we manufacture them locally here and purify them here in Uganda? We make money, but also supporting Uganda. We are controlling the environmental pollution. All my process, there is no any way I'm polluting the environment. I'm moving plastic, I'm moving tires, I make you billions of money, I make you rich, but at the same time, I'm conserving the environment. We can never say that Uganda stopped making plastics. Uganda closed the companies of making plastics. But I've produced an alternative. I make you rich, I make the scarcity of fuel. Every time we're talking about prices of fuel, diesel, petrol, but there is a solution here. At the same time, I'm removing the pollution in the environment, making you money. At the same time, I'm creating natural gas. People are always talking about coal. Coal is expensive for the purification. Actually, coal is even poisonous. Talking about high electric power for the purification of steel. Steel industries, I have coal for you, we can use. The remaining component is coal, is carbon. We can use it for the purification of steel. It is well all here. Get plastic, I'll make you rich. Thank you.
At what capacity are you producing, or are you able to produce?
The amazing thing is, the lay model, I need 2 kgs to produce 200 mils. Now, according to my model, which is on a large scale and for investors, I need 2 kgs of plastic, and I give you 1.9 liters of the biodiesel, in which you get the different parameters of the components. So when you give, actually in actual terms, when you give me 1 kilo of plastic, which is kind of a minimal big size of a sack, I will get you equivalent to 1 liter of the biodiesel. That means on this scale, this thing, when we put it on a larger scale, we can make out, actually it is more and more sustainable, and you can get money out of it.
Hi, my name is Sandra Asiimwe, founder and creative lead at Ecoville Uganda, Uganda's sustainable lifestyle brand. And what we do is make products and offer alternatives to single-use plastics. And all our products are made from materials such as bamboo, which is biodegradable, and reusable materials like stainless steel and aluminium. That's mainly used for food packaging. Otherwise, most of our products are made from bamboo, but we have different products that are exciting. For example, this bamboo toothbrush that we use every day. It is good for the environment because it's biodegradable, and once you're done using it, you can literally put it in your garden and it will compost. Then we have bamboo cotton swabs as well, made from bamboo and cotton, that are both biodegradable materials. We also have handbags that are made from papyrus, and on the inside there is cotton, both biodegradable materials. And what we basically do, and the message we want to send and share with fellow Ugandans, is that we can live a life without plastic, and especially without single-use plastic. Whatever you use in your daily life, there is an option that's made from material that is biodegradable, whether wood, whether bamboo, so we don't have to ruin the environment as we're living our day-to-day lives.
My name is Brian Kulubya. I work with Easy Housing. Easy Housing offers circular and bio-based construction using timber sourced from sustainably managed forests. For instance, we source our timber from Busoga. Busoga has the facilities, they treat the timber well, and the reason as why we are using timber for construction is because when you use sustainably managed timber, you are creating more demand for forestry initiatives. People will plant more trees after seeing that the timber they are using, they are planting, can be used for construction.
Is this able to conserve the environment?
Yeah, this one is conserving the environment in this way. First of all, Ugandans have planted a lot of fast-growing timber species like pine. When they plant them and harvest them, we use them for construction. This will create more demand for the use of planted timber species like pine. It will reduce pressure on the existing natural forests, which are not easy to replace. Therefore, we are fighting deforestation, and because of that, we have been recognized by Uplink Sustainable Forestry Challenge as among the top winners. In this case, we are promoting reforestation while fighting deforestation. Another way we are promoting the conservation is through circularity. For example, we are using screws in construction instead of using nails. When you use nails, you are creating a lot of waste.
Can you demonstrate for me how you guys unscrew and then you screw?
Yeah. I think
You run out of battery.
yeah. This is how we do. This is screwing. Then if I want to remove the screw, I'll just press it and the screw comes out. If I want to place it inside, I'll just put the drill here and it goes inside. Why are we using screws? This promotes relocation. you can easily move the house from one place to another, assemble it on another site by the possibility of screws. Look at this block. This block has over 80 kilograms of plastics, which is a mixture of plastics and sand. Why are we using these blocks? We are also trying to reduce the global dumping of plastic wastes. So this house, the house will sit on this basement as the foundation. And by doing this, again, we are promoting circular economy. So that's what this house is doing.